Maya civilization blossomed more than 2,500 years ago. They dominated the area which is now southeast Mexico, down to Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. The secret of Chalakmul. Chalakmul is the name of a mysterious region of the Campeche state of Mexico, which lay undiscovered for 1,000 years. In 1932, an explorer seeking forest produce from gum trees came across stone buildings in the middle of the jungle. Over the years, this was revealed to be part of a pyramid inside a colossal city, the Maya city of Chalakmul. Recent discoveries indicate that the original Maya name of this place was Uxtetun, place of three stones. However, this great site is still known as Chalakmul. In the Maya language, Ka means the number 2, Lak means adjacent, and Mul means mound, so Chalakmul means 2 adjacent mounds. The Chalakmul jungle is a majestic sanctuary for a huge diversity of flora and fauna, setting the scene for one of the largest Maya cities in history. This region has many valleys and gullies filled with water. These shallow lagoons teem with vegetation. Most of the animals here depend on these bodies of water to survive, especially in the dry season. More than 350 species of birds, 75 types of reptiles, 18 types of amphibians, 31 species of fish, some 380 species of butterflies, and 86 varieties of mammals have been noted in this reserve. Notable among them is the largest jaguar population in Central America. Floral diversity is no less abundant. 1,500 species of plants are found here, around 10% of them endemics from only this region. There is a grotto in the region which is home to nearly 1 million bats of 8 different species. These small mammals which eat insects and fruits make their way out of the lair every day before dark, on their way to the jungle in search of food. The bat was a recurrent icon in the Maya world, considered to be a deity of the underworld. This place is known as the Bat Volcano. The flight of this multitude of inhabitants of darkness creates an intense turbulence in the air during their daily exodus. The micro-universe of Chalakmul is equally vigorous with an abundance of ant species. Much of the jungle is covered by these industrious workers, constantly building to expand their domains. The trees contain termite cities where the insects develop large fortresses. Dragonflies, praying mantises, centipedes, caterpillars, butterflies, spiders, and tarantulas of great diversity are found throughout Chalakmul, a vibrant paradise, a symphony of color and form. The trees here are of an amazing variety. The chaca or turpentine trees are common. Fungi, flowers, mold, lianas, herbs, and other abundant vegetation coexist in dynamic equilibrium. There are even creepers, like the strangler figs, which cling to trees, progressively enveloping them over many years until the colossal host trees die. Mushrooms of all sizes and shapes hang like decorations all around. As the splendor of the city of Chalakmul faded, the jungle rapidly reclaimed its occupied territory. For more than 1,500 years, the glory of the Maya people in the whole region was completely engulfed by the undergrowth. The great plaza of Chalakmul was intended mainly for public use. Their structures, oriented according to the cardinal points, recorded specific positions of the sun. An observer located in the sixth structure, looking east toward the fourth structure with its 3 temples, could see the sunrise during the summer solstice, the spring and autumn equinoxes, and the winter solstice. Their powers of observation and knowledge of the apparent movement of the sun helped the Maya build their mythology and helped agriculture by identifying ideal times for preparation of the land, planting and harvesting. They were very interested in astronomy and mathematics and used the concept of zero in their vigesimal or base 20 counting system. The Grand Plaza is a set of buildings in the center of Chalakmul. To the north is the 7th structure, with a small astronomical observatory beside it. At the center is the 5th and smallest structure. The largest and most iconic structure of the site is at the rear, the 2nd colossal structure, 45 meters high. This great pyramid was built one on top of another up to 4 times. All the buildings of Chalakmul were built and rebuilt by successive rulers. Yuknum-tuk Kawil of the Khan dynasty is responsible for the current appearance of the city. About 200 meters from the 2nd structure, you will find the 1st structure, another of the site's largest. Both these structures were built in the pre-classic Maya period. The Great Acropolis is a section located to the west of the Great Plaza. This set of buildings mainly comprised of residential buildings of the elite, a prisoner of war compound, a court for ball games, public areas, and other buildings. Some of the residences found in this area belong to notables known by names such as the Owner of Heaven or the Six Ahal. This megalopolis thrived for about 150 years, with a population of 50,000 inhabitants in the 6th and 7th centuries AD. Chalakmul reached the pinnacle of its glory during the reign of Yuknom the Great, who won territories to the south, conquering the towns of Tikal, Naranjo, and all the valleys. But his son, Claw of Jaguar, lost all these territories. This was a warrior culture, with city-states in a constant struggle for supremacy. After the Yuknom lineage, Chalakmul went into decline and eventually disappeared from view. Hypotheses for the decline of the city take into account factors such as drought, wars, and exhaustion of natural resources. The city was unceasingly at war with its neighbors in its heyday. The cause of these conflicts was always ambition to conquer fresh territory. The Maya were highly cultured, developing sculpture, painting, mathematics, and hieroglyphic writing with approximately 800 characters. The Mayan glyph was a graphical representation of phonetic symbols, which described in steles, leaves of a mate, frescoes, or vessels. The achievements of a ruler during a historical event, with dates, actual narratives, or sometimes mythical religious stories, like the one dedicated to the corn deity. The most frequently carved stories on steles were praises to some Ahau or Maya king. The city of Chalakmul contains more than 100 of these, placed in front of their structures. The arena of the ball game was the scene of a sporting rite. Today, no one knows the dynamics of the game or the organization of its players. The rubber balls used in this rite could have weighed up to 8 kilograms. Several Maya rulers were portrayed in frescoes and bas reliefs participating in this ritual sport of the ball game. This game developed in the 3rd century AD and was played all the way from Mexico's southern border to the Maya territory in Honduras and El Salvador, spreading throughout Mesoamerica. The city of Chalakmul was located in the Mirador Basin, on top of a 25 square kilometer limestone dome. It was surrounded by gullies, which were their main source of precious water. These reserves of water were instrumental in making Chalakmul such a large city. The rains fed the gullies and maintained their water level. Today, the water here is less abundant than in the Maya times. These reservoirs have always been of vital importance in the dry season. The biosphere of Chalakmul and its archaeological site were recently declared World Heritage Sites by UNESCO. The local inhabitants and the responsible institutions have carefully guarded this treasure. The jungle in the wildlife reserve serves as a lung to the entire planet. It is home to many species in danger of extinction. This shared heritage belongs to the entire world and must be cared for by all of us. In this vast region of jungle and ancient monuments, there are more than 6,000 structures to explore. This is a cultural treasure which was only discovered in the 20th century and remains unknown to many. Teams of scientists belonging to different disciplines continue to explore and carefully restore Chalakmul, also allowing access to the public. It is important to safeguard this heritage in the most committed manner, since this is the only tropical forest remaining in Mexico. Chalakmul sets an example, and its conservation model must be reproduced throughout Mexico and the entire world. Let us live in harmony with our environment in a sustainable way before it is too late to ensure mankind's survival.